Hello everyone, it's me, Nancy Finch, doing another Tea with Nan at 12 o'clock on a Monday. Welcome. I've got my Don't Panic cup today. My friend gave me this. It's really funny, from Dad's Army. I like it because it's a big cup and I have a nice cup of tea in there. So I hope you're all okay. Welcome to another Tea with Nan. I haven't been here. Last week I was busy. I decided to go off with family and have a lovely time. So I'm sorry I wasn't here last week. But it's lovely that you're here now. Hopefully you're here now. I think someone's just come on. I've just seen something come up. So if you are, show your name and I'll send you a big, beautiful hug for the week. That's what we need, isn't it? A nice Nan hug for the week. So I hope you're all okay. Today, our talk, well, the subject is embrace the lesson. I thought this is a good one for us because quite a lot of the time we often feel a victim to our circumstances, to what's going on around us, to what we measure ourselves by, what we've lost, or perhaps what we attained. We want to get something and somehow we lose. And when we lose, we feel like we've failed, and it affects our immune system. It affects everything, actually. It affects our confidence. And so we tend to feel a little bit overwhelmed with that lesson. And it takes us away from our spiritual self, doesn't it? It can bring you into a place of worry. I know I've been there. We've all been there. You know, when something doesn't go our way, or we're worried about a family member or something around us, or relationships or finances or job or whatever, so maybe security. We've all been there when we felt as if we're not in control of those things, and we've lost the desired effect. So we might want something, but we might not get it. And so it might be something that, oh, I feel really bad about that. I'm no good at this. Or so self-judgment can come in quite a lot when you're sort of blaming yourself for not attaining what you want. So it's good to have our dreams and go forward, but not to have a little go at ourselves when we don't get what we want, or we feel in some way we've got it wrong. Okay. So embrace the lesson of losing. It's really important that we do that. And I've done a lot of that over the years. When you lose perhaps in a relationship, or you lose in a situation, or family or friends, all kinds of things we can feel we've lost in. And it's good to address it, but not to hold up the negative feeling from it. It's really good. So you can hold this feeling up. Okay, this is what's happened, this fact. I feel as if I failed here, or I've lost here. So think about that for a minute. We've all been there. Every one of us has been there where we feel we've lost something in our lives, in our situations. But if you, for a moment, can turn that around, if you can think, okay, that's a negative feeling, but where's the gift in it? And I've done a really good Tea with Nan. Tea with Nan ages ago. This is Life's Manure, 21st of the 6th, 22. So if any of you want to look that up, that is brilliant, because it really does go into more detail about the gifts you get from your life situations. But the reason why I wanted to do this is because today, because it goes so beautifully with that talk, it's because so many people are feeling they failed because they haven't got what they want. And quite a few people I've been speaking to this week have felt that about the relationship's gone wrong. It must be me, I'm never going to get what I want. So I want you to remember, and this is something that was said to me a long time ago, and I've actually got a poster from the Dalai Lama in there. And the Dalai Lama said, when you lose, don't lose the lesson. That's quite a powerful sentence, isn't it? But we all feel, but that's okay for them. I feel this feeling of being a victim to this loss. So when you lose, don't lose the lesson. When I first, my take on that was, I had to realize that every negative situation presented a positive gift from it. And as I say, I talk more about that in Life's Manure. But this is something you can just perhaps address. Think about it this week. Do we feel that we failed at anything? Do we feel we've lost anything? When we compare ourselves to another person, maybe that's what's going on. So maybe we compare and we think, well, they've got this and they've got that and I haven't, and I must have lost. I've lost this, I've lost that, it must be my fault. So I want to make sure that your immune system stays well, because you're not blaming yourself for that loss in any way. And I'm going to make sure that you'll trust your feelings. That's what today is all about. And I'm actually using a beautiful crystal, sending you energy from this. It's called Merlinite, Mystic Merlinite. And I'm sending you the energy to manifest the lessons from your situations, okay? So I'm sending you this energy now. I think it's all good for you. Mystic Merlinite is called. And we've got one person on today. Hello. Whoever you are, happy hugs. It's nice. Show your name and I'll send you a hug. So how can we value each negative situation? Well, we've got to be detached, haven't we? It's really important that we detach from that reaction that drives us to feel like we're victims to it. We've got to be, sit back a bit and watch, hold this feeling up, hold the situation. I'm interested. Why have I somehow ordered this situation? Our soul has ordered that. Oh, Val, you're the first person on, darling. Oh, happy Monday hugs to you. I'm sending you the vibration of Mystic Merlinite today. It's really powerful at manifesting. And I want you to be able to manifest everything you will want. But Val, you're definitely getting there. It's so nice that you're on here. Think about the things that we've lost and the lessons that we can take from that. You see, a lesson is not a punishment. We're not punishing ourselves with these lessons in life. We are experiencing on a soul level different things that make us grow, things that help us to become better people, happier people, aware, enlightened. Our spiritual selves grow when we can be detached from that initial reaction, because every time we react to something in a way of loss, as a failure, a victim to it, we bring our emotional energy down. Our spiritual energy goes down with it. And we can't see more than what we've got in front of us. And that isn't very good for you, because it keeps you in the same place. By the law of attraction, you'll just attract more and more and more and more of the loss, or you'll hear about it, or you'll see more of everyone around you has the same things. Before you know it, you're kind of kept in that lower place. And oh, hi Trudy, thank you for joining us, darling. Big Monday hugs to you. And also, if you've missed what I've just said, I'm sending you the energy from Merlinite today, Mystic Merlinite. Very powerful at manifesting, especially for a Monday. So going back to what I was saying, it's very important not to think that our life lessons, they're not punishments. They're just the time for you to grow. And if you can see it that way, then you're not going to feel, oh, it's me again, I've suffered, I've lost, because you haven't. And if you stop comparing yourself to another person, then you probably won't be feeling that you've lost as much as well. Because take relationships, for instance. If you think, oh, that person's got a nice relationship, what's wrong with me? I lost this person. I thought this person was the one. I had that experience with someone who was talking to me about it a couple of days ago, and she really thought he was the one, and he wasn't. And then she had to think, well, she's lost. But where's the joy in that? If you can hold that up and think, well, what have I learned from this? What have I developed in myself from this situation? It might be that you're stronger. It might be that you see your value better. Or it might be any number of positive things. So you just have to hold it up and see, what have I learned from this? As I say, the life's manure. What gift can I take from that? So please look at Life's Manure, 21st of the 6th, 22 on my website, nancyfinch.co.uk. So that would be good if you could look at that one. I've got a couple more, actually. I've got No More Drama in My Karma. We attract our drama, don't we? That's another tea with Nan. It's the 13th of the 6th, 22. And we've got to get into just realising, with a light-hearted attitude, we've attracted this drama. Perhaps we've seen drama all our lives. Perhaps we've experienced it, or perhaps we just think that's what we've got to get used to, because the world sometimes shows that. But we can choose in a light-hearted way to think no more drama in my karma, setting that intention. Okay, you're just setting an intention with a light-hearted attitude, realizing that drama and lessons teach you. Okay, I've had so many lessons in my life. I've had so many situations of what you might call loss. Childhood memories, or not having a childhood, actually, many times. Quite an interesting, challenging childhood that I have taken many gifts from. My own personal relationships, many failures, if you like, from those, until I learned the lessons. The lessons were to value myself. The lessons were to give myself what I needed from other people. There are loads of lessons. And once you start to give yourself those lessons, then you no longer need that gift. And I find that we don't attract any more of that situation. So it sounds light-hearted, obviously, because loss can be very hard. I mean, if someone says to me, oh, but I've lost family member, or there's so many positives can come from just being around that person before they went, being part of their lives. The lesson might be that you were valued while you were with them, and they taught you a lot of things. Investigate that. That's quite a harsh one, actually. But if you have just a general loss, you lost your job, or you've lost your money. I've had that loads of times. You've lost a relationship, a friendship maybe. A friendship might mean a lot to you. It might be all your support, and somehow that friendship has gone sour. You have got a lot of gifts inside that. The lesson might be to set better boundaries, or to value your own needs. Perhaps you're one of those people that give too much and you haven't thought about yourself. That's just a couple of things to think about. All areas I've got, times perhaps when you needed to learn courage. You might have needed strength that you didn't even know you had inside you. That might be your gift. And it's very important that we, just for that moment, don't get dragged down by that thought and that repetitive feeling that we come up, because we start to experience these things. Those thoughts come up again and again and again, and we get dragged down again and again and again. We get so used to being down here, but we really want to be here, because here is where we can see the sun and we can smell the roses, and we're experiencing life on a better level here. And it's not really circumstantial. Happiness is not depending on what you have around you. People, money, job. It's the security issues, it's happiness issues. Yes, they are important, but they're not going to give you happiness. I know a lot of rich people who are not happy. And I'm sure everyone listening can say the same. It's not about what you have around you. Happiness is an inside job, and you can sit with that inside yourself. You can have a gratitude list to think, what have I got? What have I got from this? There's always some positives. I did a Nan talk. They're different from Tea with Nans, on my website, as you know, nancyfinch.co.uk, called Pollyannas. So let's find the Pollyannas. It's in the blue section. So you go to my website, click on the blue, and that's what you'll find, all or quite a few talks. But Pollyannas is really good because it helps to identify, to value. Oh, May's here. Hi, darling. Happy Monday to you. So you'll know about the Pollyannas. Pollyannas is finding the positive from the negative. So in a way, you value it. And when you value a gift, you're getting what you need from it. Okay? Which is great. And there's another one I've done, the power of a song. Now, this is a fun bit. That was dated the 17th of the 7th, 21. When I'm talking about the power of the song relating to this, there's a song by Kelly Clarkson I've written on my board here. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I love that song. Look it up. Kelly Clarkson. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Brilliant. People sing this song and they realize that they've grown from it. You might not even understand the gift from it. You might not even see what you've grown in which area, but just singing that song makes you feel good because you feel in control of that reaction. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So many people say it. It's a saying. Well, she's got a song about it. I suggest you look at it because I love listening to it. It just makes my inner child happy, and it gives it value because here you are now. You've survived whatever loss you've had. And if you could just embrace that feeling right now where you are, then you are a stronger person. You're sitting here listening to this. Brilliant. So what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Fantastic song, Kelly Clarkson. Another thing I like referencing is Wayne Dyer, because this is really something he said. I loved his quotes, but he said, change the way you look at things and the things you look at change. So this supports beautifully what I'm trying to say today. If you change the way you see that situation, then you're going to change what you feel about it. And when you change the feeling, then you would change what's coming into your consciousness. So if you could change the way you see it, you have a better chance of attracting something positive instead of a negative about that, because you're attracting positivity. So just think about that. Change the way you look at things and the things you look at change. Maybe write that down. It is Wayne Dyer. But I have found when I've used that, even suggesting that to my subconscious, when my consciousness is going, I haven't got this, I haven't got that. The subconscious will believe you. Drop it, a pill into yourself, if you like. Drop that sentence in. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Maybe say that to yourself in the mirror, because it is a perspective, isn't it? Some people sweat the small stuff. Some people worry about small things. Oh, thank you for the hugs. Oh, Mandy's here as well. Hi, lovely. Oh, happy Monday to you, sweet. So you'll have to listen to this from the beginning. Okay? You're going to get lots of good energy from this today as well, because I'm sending you energy. That's the advantage, isn't it? Send Reiki through the crystals, through the screen. Brilliant. So if we can get rid of the fear of losing, that's another thing I've got on my board here. If we could just trust, oh, that's nice, a big hug. If we could just trust that, okay, whatever we're going through, I'm interested. I'm not going to embrace in the fear. I'm going to understand the fears there. But what am I learning from it? Maybe it is self-trust. Maybe it's self-belief. Maybe it's trusting your body. If you've got health issues, I did put this on the board. If you've got any issue where you don't trust something and you feel you're disabled by this, whatever that is, physical, emotional, relationships, etc., you know, where are the gifts in that? How could you learn to trust yourself? How could you learn to have a relationship with your body if it's a health issue, etc.? And so these are all lovely gifts that you can take. You know, embrace the lesson. If we have something that's showing us that we need to address it, there is a gift in there. So we've got the power of the song that I keep going on about, which I really recommend you listen to. It's fun. It's great. Pollyannas gives you a different perspective. It sort of goes beautifully with the Wayne Dyer quote, doesn't it? But you need to feel grounded to be detached. You must agree with that, because otherwise you're going spinny, spin, spin with all those thoughts and feelings in reaction to what I've just said. Some loss, some fear of loss, etc. So we need to be grounded. So I've got out one of my lovely symbols that I was basically given a few years ago by my guides. I know I've used this one before, but it is a really calming, central nervous system, beautiful, centering in self. You need to be centered in yourself so you can feel and see clearly what the gifts are. You must admit, if we're going like this, we can't see. You know, if you put, no one can see the reflection in a pond if the water's doing this. You need the water to be still, don't you? Then you can see yourself. Well, it's the same thing. If we can still our minds and still ourselves from that reaction to whatever's making us spin in that feeling of the lesson, the thing that's causing us some angst, then this is going to really help you to see yourself clearly in it. And if you can be grounded, you have a good chance of being able to see the gift and the way forward from that. The opposite of that, maybe perhaps invest in, I see the gifts in life's challenges, and your subconscious will deliver that to your consciousness. So going back to the symbol, here it is, grounded. Okay, it's really good for your immune system. It's good for you to stop you worrying. Okay, it's down, and it's good for you, as these two here, and it's good for your mind. So let's do it together. Okay, take a deep breath. This is important, and it's really lovely. You can draw it, you can imagine it, you can do it in the mirror, you can draw it on your hand, you can just do it in the air. I do it in the air. So here it is. Okay, so take a deep breath, and you take yourself down like a coil, down and down, like the roots of a tree going under the ground. Stop and still. So you take that along, and even the breath will calm you. Calm your mind. Just do it one more time. Deep breath, and pull that energy, that attention down, and down you go, centering, calming. And you can see the G in this, and take your energy and your attention into a still place. Down, 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 and still. Beautiful. A lot of my clients like that. My students do too. It's very powerful. So to be grounded means that you're in control, doesn't it? Anne says she's going to listen later. Thank you, Annie. Nice that you're here, though. Thank you. So when you're grounded, you immediately feel that within your body. You feel it within your mind. You're more likely to attract more feelings of being grounded. So that's a good thing too, isn't it? You're going to feel centered and peaceful when you're grounded. And it's then the water is still, you know? Doing these with you, very good, says Mand. Thank you, darling. That's really nice that you're doing them. The grounded symbol is a good way to start the week, isn't it? Lovely. And before you do anything, before you've got to talk to people, before you interact with people, before you react to a situation, ground yourself. Take that feeling down, down, and down. Stop and still. It's beautiful. I'm very grateful to my guides. They've given me so many beautiful symbols that I will be putting in a book when I get a chance. So it is about that intention. And of course, you can remember what this grounded symbol, because it's got a G in it, hasn't it? It's just a simple intention, and symbols are very powerful. My guides also told me today that I need to remind you, because there's another way of finding out what you need to look at if you had a pack of oracle cards or something. I'm going to do this with you now. I'm going to tune into the people that are here on this screen that have popped up. Thank you for being here. There's 5 so far. Oh, and by the way, please share this with other people. And if other people are listening after I've finished, this will still work. Okay, I'm going to tune in generally. And I'm going to pick a subject. Self-acceptance. Here it is. Self-acceptance. Self-acceptance might be where you felt as if you've lost. People haven't valued you. So you need to value you. You know, I value me, I validate me, I very much love me as one of my affirmations. And I really like that, because maybe just a chance to say I value me in the mirror. Because your brain is listening, and your brain might just hold on to that. And it's a way of putting that vibe out. And it might be just your lesson was to accept and love yourself unconditionally. You've got children here now. So some of you may have children that you're worried about. Things have happened. I know of several clients actually who have issues with adult children of theirs, and they're not being understood and loved, and etc. And of course that's very sad, and they feel as if they've lost that connection with their children. But if you could just think, okay, they're strong, you know, the Pollyannas, the positives from it, they've grown into strong adults, they know their own minds. Maybe just addressing that, not losing the lesson. Maybe it's time for you to communicate in a different way, or maybe give them the chance to communicate with you in a different way. But just saying to yourself the opposite of that problem. I see myself, you know, perhaps make an affirmation up. I see myself with a strong connection with my children, etc. The lessons have to be picked up first, but you have to be grounded. So what are you learning from that situation with the children? You know, maybe you just need to send love. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's not reacting, just sending love instead in your mind, and the vibe that you give out gets felt by them. So maybe love is what you need right now for your own inner child. That's just another thing to think about. So let's have another few cards for everybody here. So we've had a couple, haven't we? Trust, etc. Self-acceptance. Let's have another. Freedom. Ah, it's a good one. Freedom from fear. By the way, these are Doreen Virtue's oracle cards that I'm using. And I like these. I've had them for years. But they just happen to resonate with me. But you could use any. And you could find out, perhaps using your own insight, your intuition, your guides, if you believe in them. Just checking in to see what lesson you can get from each one of these cards, maybe. This is freedom. Freedom from fear. Okay? We have so much fear that we're not in control, and that what's the future going to bring, etc. There are so many lessons in being from that, because you can bring yourself back. Maybe this is a space where you have the power in the now. We all know about this. You know, the power of now is very powerful. It's intentional. It's safe in that little space that you're in right this minute. Maybe releasing the fear. Maybe that's our gift. Maybe that's our lesson. I've always reacted with fear because I don't feel in control. I've always reacted with anger because I'm not in control. It's the same. Maybe it's time to release the fear. So it might be an affirmation you make up. I now release the fear in my life. I trust all is well. In that pocket, in that space that you're in right now, this consciousness is the opportunity for you to release that fear with your mind, intention, and see what happens. I've still got the intention manifestation stone here, okay, the crystal. So Mystic Melanite, I'm sending it to you now. Maybe you could just say to yourself, I release the fear in my life. That's a nice affirmation. And make them into an affirmation every time you do a card. But they said I had to do them for you today. Doing these with you. Oh man, I'm reading the same message, man. So you've got your grounded symbol. You've got the things that you can listen to if you want to go to reinforce what we've been talking about today. The Pollyannas, the power of the song. So Pollyannas in the blues section and talk. Same with the blues section with power of the song. Maybe just listen to that lovely song. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Lovely. Kelly Clarkson. So let's lose the fear. Let's stay in the moment. We're okay right here. We're not in the future. We're not in the past. Right here is where the power is, okay? Be grounded. Take that grounded symbol and see how you feel, because that's going to help you physically, emotionally, mentally, and most of all, the law of attraction. Because what you feel, we attract more of. And I know it's hard when you're tired. It's hard when you're despondent and feelings have got the better of you, if you like. But just for this moment, you can invest in that and see how much you feel better. I've got something for you for next week. And let me know how you get on, of course. For next week, I've got something for you. You're going to really like next week's talk. It's all about a yellow ribbon. And I don't mean tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree. Someone said to me. So you're going to I want you to buy yourself or get yourself some yellow ribbon. It's got to be sort of not too thin, but about this sort of length, okay? If you get yourself a yellow ribbon, and I've tied it at each end so it doesn't fray. And I'm going to show you something for next week. It's really great. I've been using this recent tool, actually, that my guides gave me. All my clients have got it now. And I want to show you how powerful an action can be with this particular colour. It's yellow. It's a sort of a golden colour. Resonates really well with your solar plexus. I'd like you, if you can, to get a yellow ribbon or yellow something, cotton, I don't care what it is, yellow, perhaps wool if you haven't got ribbon. Ribbon works quite well because you can feel how smooth that is, you know. So if you can get some yellow ribbon, I will show you a lovely exercise that's going to make you feel powerful next week. It's going to give you a great opportunity to feel in control, to feel like something good is going to happen to you, okay, in whichever area you want to use it, okay? This is going to help you. It's a tangible exercise, and I love doing these. My clients are loving it too, and they've seen the results as well. So get yourself a yellow ribbon. Next Monday, I will be showing you how to use this in a special way. Very effective. And I just love it. You can take it with you everywhere as well. So, our time is much done again. Please share this with your family and friends, because you never know, it might be just what they need to bring them into a good place for Monday, for the whole week. And remember, I've been sending you the energy of manifestation. You can manifest anything. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And this is a good opportunity for you to see it in a different way and embrace the lesson. So like the Dalai Lama said, when you lose, don't lose the lesson. Let's not lose the lessons. If we don't pick up the lessons and we don't identify with them and we don't change them and how we see them, then round the corner in life, there'll be more lessons. Life's Manure, Tea with Nan, 21st of the 6th, 22. You're very welcome, man. It's so nice you've joined us. Thank you for being part of today. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. I know I didn't do last week and people might have thought I've disappeared, but I do plan to do this every week. It's lovely to connect with you and to share with you the things that have been given to me that I know work. One more time before I go, the affirmation you might want to write down. This might help you on a subconscious level to create that, what I want you to feel. Oh, thank you, darling. I see the gifts in life's challenges. Simple as that. Now, I know you don't at the time, but maybe. Oh, thank you, Sharon. That's so nice. Thank you. It's lovely that you're here. Big Monday hugs to you. So, affirmation one more time. Write it down. Say it in the mirror. Say it to yourself. Say it when you're driving. You know, obviously concentrate on the road. I see the gifts in life's challenges. I see the gifts in life's challenges. Say it over and over. If you can say it for more than, say, 3 or 4 times in a row, 17 seconds or more, you've locked that into your body, into your mind, and the law of attraction. And that's a good way of feeling, I see the gifts in life's challenges. You're not frightened of them then, are you? If it's a gift, there's always something good can come from something bad. So I'll leave you with that thought. Stay positive, keep your emotion balloon high, and just remember, if you listen to this again and again, you'll still get the energy I'm sending you. So in a way, it's a bit like healing and giving you what you need for the week. Okay, so lots of love to all of you. If you have lost anything really, really, major in your life, I'm sending you love to help heal you, but also for you to help see some good about yourself and how you've grown from that loss. Embrace the lesson. Okay, take care, everyone. I shall see you. Thanks, Val. Thanks, Sharon and Erin. Thank you. And Trudy, and I'll send you all a hug later. You take care. Lots of love to all of you. I shall see you next week. Bye. Take care. Bye.